morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Nomsa. Many of you know me who are on my Facebook profile or on my other social media platforms or on my blog. Today I just wanted to reach out to you and talk about a subject that I think is very important, for both young and old. I'm talking today about redefining yourself. Redefining yourself. When circumstances change around you, how do you respond to those? Or do you have relevance in any situation that you are in? Because a lot of people, define their relevance based on whether or not things are going the way they want them to go. I've met a lot of people, who, because of all the socio-economic changes that are taking place around them, they are at a loss as to what to do. They are paralyzed by what is going on around them. They can't even think how to move forward from where they are. The other day, I was talking to my sons and, talking to them from a point of view that, they are waiting to go to college. And waiting to go to college has its own challenges because, they are coming from a structured environment where they've been regularly going to school, defined hours with activities defined for them and so on. Now, when they are in limbo, waiting for them, to go into this and other structured environment, now they are in this place where they have to think about, what do I do with myself? How do I make myself relevant in what is going on around me? Not that they are idle, not that they don't know what they are doing, but for some reason, putting it all together, becomes very difficult, not only for young people, but for adults as well. For you to be able to fit in, it's just looking at what is going on around you. What is it that you yourself want? The people around you, what is it that you can do for them? What can you, how can you be of service to others? And I know a lot of people focus on, when I do something for someone, what's in it for me? And that is what kills a lot of creativity in people. That is what actually, destroys that spirit of being somebody who can do something for someone and expect nothing back. And as long as one is always looking for reward, as long as one is always looking for a place where they are going to put in some effort and expect, right? The key word here is expect, and expect some return immediately, then they lose the long-time effect of being involved in life. I've transitioned myself from being fully employed to being fully unemployed. Well, I don't know, a lot of people who are looking at me will say I'm fully unemployed, but I know there are so many things that I'm doing, that are keeping me going in terms of sustaining me and sustaining my family, and not only financially, but also socially and in many other areas, spiritually as well, right? So coming from that environment of knowing that I have an 8 to 5, and then now coming to where I define my own working hours, I define even my own job description is in my own hands. The temptation is there for one to just say, what, this is total freedom. Yay, I'm free at last. I can do what I want, when I want, with whomever I want. But a time like that, where you are trying to figure out now to say, now that I'm taking this new path, how do I maintain my relevance? How do I define who I am? Was that job title what actually, put the essence of who I was together, right? That was not the title that put the essence of who I was together, but it is my thinking processes. When I wake up in the morning, what is it that I want to do? And when I have put all the activities that I want to do, who am I benefiting? Is it only me? Is it only my family? Is it other people as well? So I may not come out with a straight answer for you, but put the pieces together as I am talking to say circumstances in life will change for whatever reason. some because of poor choices that you have made in the past. Some manifest because of decisions that other people are making which affect you. Some manifest in the sense that life always changes. There is always progression in life. So when that happens to you, are you going to still feel that you are relevant? Are you going to still feel, are you going to still act as somebody who knows that there is value in their lives? So I was talking to my sons about it, as I said, you know, talking to myself as well, you know, just to get the correct perspective of where I am and where I want to go, and how I want to impact the world, how I want to impact the people who come into the circle of my influence. And what I came out with to them was, at the end of the day, you know, define yourself according to the purpose that God has put in you. And for you to discover that is not an instantaneous thing. It's something that is progressive. And some of the ingredients of you discovering the purpose that God has given you is sometimes even doing things that you don't feel you want to do, right? You don't want to do those things, and they are mundane, routine activities, such as waking up in the morning, cleaning the house, such as waking up in the morning and watering the garden, such as being there when mom says dig the garden, do this and that. In the process of doing all those things, filling up, it looks like they want to fill up your time for you, but at the end of the day, somebody is taking the initiative of putting substance into your life when you are feeling as if there is no direction. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So I felt very philosophical this morning and thought that, you know, let's talk about this. There are so many people right now who are in transition. A lot of things are changing. There's technological advancements that are making people irrelevant or redundant in their different jobs. Now, when that happens to you, how do you feel? What happens to you? How do you map your way forward? Do you now say, okay, now I'm hopeless, now I'm useless, now they don't need me, they've been using me all these years? Well, times are changing. Unless you adapt, unless you change and transform to fit into what is going on, definitely you're going to find yourself becoming totally irrelevant. I'm not saying that people should be fluid and not have principles and values, because that's another thing where, you know, this free thinking, sometimes a lot of people are uncomfortable with it because they feel as if it is advocating for no values, no principles. Values and principles will always be there, whether the economy is strong or the economy is weak, whether you have a job or you don't have a job, whether you are at school or you are out of school. Principles and values never change. But what changes is the dynamics of what you do when you are doing what you do. And what are you doing? You are doing life. Every single moment that passes, you are living. Every single moment that passes, you are making an impact on the universe. Is it a positive impact? Is it a negative impact? Is it a no effect? Or what is it that you want to have? So we'll continue these discussions. Put your comments, you know, at the end of this, whether you are looking at it from my blog or you are looking at it from my Facebook profile or whatever platform you come across this video. Just put your comments, your views about what I'm talking about, how you yourself have redefined yourself in the various areas of your life. You know, I really want us to think outside the box, to think from a point of view of saying, you know what, life goes on no matter what goes on around us. Redefine yourself. Be open-minded. Be somebody, you know, who is always looking for opportunities. Because when one door closes, it is because another door is being opened for you. But if you keep struggling to open that door which has been locked and you have no more access to, you are going to find yourself getting frustrated and irritated with life and finding life as if it has no purpose at all. But if you say to yourself, okay, this door is closed, now which is the next one that is open? Finding is for the seekers. Finding is for those who look for what is out there. If you are not open-minded enough to look, if you are not open-minded enough to find what the opportunities are in the different circumstances that you are in, you'll find that life is going to lose meaning somewhere along the line. So have a good day. I wish you all the best. And as we go through life together, as we experience what we are experiencing, may the light continue to shine upon you. Whatever it is that you believe in as the supreme power in your life, I believe in God, a God who is in heaven, and I know he sustains me. So also, I think before I close, one of the important things is for you to know that somewhere, somehow, out there's someone or something that is always rooting for your success. But you've got to be in tandem. You've got to be in rhythm with that force, whatever you consider it to be. I consider my God to be a very powerful element in my life. And I know that when I step out and do what I can, he comes in and does what my humanness is no longer able to do. So step out with faith, step out with confidence, do whatever it takes, and make life a resounding success and adventure. Thank you so much.